Dad and I got to talking, and I just lost all track of time.
Oh, that's okay, Gal. Will you go back to the office?
Yeah. Oh, but we're going to have a drink with Alan and Monica across the street in a little while. Oh, we'd love it if you join in.
Oh, no, thank you. I'm going to see Laura tonight. I haven't seen her for a couple of nights now, and it's very important for Laura to know that she's got a friend to talk to.
Well, Monica was just on her way to the book room to have a little visit with her.
Good, because the more Laura realizes that she's got friends that just don't care about this Hamilton business, well, the easier it's going to be for her to forget it.
Well, at least with the newspaper headlines and those articles beginning to die down, that should be of some comfort to her.
Yeah, it should be. But Laura thinks about that night at Hamilton's all the time. And it scares her to death. She thinks she's got some uncontrollable violent streak in her that's going to make it happen again.
Oh, Scotty, I mean, just imagine how terribly traumatic the whole experience of killing someone must be. I mean, especially for Laura, who's so young and sensitive.
Gail, I understand that, but it was an accident. I mean, it was Hamilton's fault. He's the one that said those things to her that made her realize that he was using her for all those months.
Even so, she did take a person's life, and that's not a shock that's easy to get over, Scotty.
Yeah, but Laura's not a violent person. Now, you know that, Gail. I mean, so does everybody that really knows her. Just wish that I could make Laura believe that.
You will. You will. You just keep on reassuring her.
Well, I'm trying. I just think that Dr. Taylor's the only one that's going to convince her that she doesn't have a pattern of violence in her just because it happened once before.
Thanks again, Dr. Taylor, for taking the time to see me.
Oh, it's my pleasure, Mr. Higgins. Now, if you need any more information on Laura's progress before next month's report is due, I'll be glad to help you any way I can.
Well, there is one more thing I'd like to ask before I go.
Sure, go right ahead.
In a given situation, and I can't say exactly what that would be, do you think Laura could be capable of the same kind of rage and physical violence that ended David Hamilton's life?
No. Laura is actually repulsed by violence of any kind. All right. Granted, she did kill him accidentally. But under those extreme emotional circumstances, anyone can be forced to lash out in anger.
But that's not saying that she couldn't find herself in an equally difficult emotional situation sometime in the future.
No, but I think she's learned from her mistake with David Hamilton, and I do know that she's fighting for control.
Dr. Taylor, Bobby Spencer's on the phone and she wants to talk to you. She sounds hysterical.
What's wrong, Ann?
She said one of your patients just attacked her.
Laura, come on. Everything is all right now. Just please tell me what happened before I got here.
Bobby, this is Dr. Taylor.
Taylor, hurry, please.
Where are you, Bobby, and what's happened?
I'm in the book room and Laura Whitmer just went crazy and attacked me.
Laura? Are you all right?
Yes, but only because Dr. Quartermain walked in his necktie and saved me. Dr. Taylor, I'm so scared. She's still staring at me with this wild expression in her eyes.
All right, I'll be right there. Now, you tell Dr. Quartermain to stay with Laura until I get there.
Laura. You did this. Get away with me! Bobby, look, you are being overdramatic about this. You saw what she did to me. No, as a matter of fact, I didn't. Now, I'm still waiting for an explanation.
You asked for it, Bobby, but it's not going to work. Because once Dr. Taylor hears all those awful things you said to me, he's going to understand why I had to push you.
I just hope he brings Mr. Higgins up here with him. He'll believe me, Laura, because he knows all about you.
Before Monica came in here.
It isn't the first time this has happened, Dr. Taylor. Bobby's always coming up to me in the hallways and the elevators saying terrible things to me. She just tries to make me angry.
Make you angry how, Laura?
By saying mean and ugly things about David and me and how he died.
Is that what happened in here this afternoon?
Dr. Taylor, I came up here to get a book to read on my break, period.
Then why didn't you just get your book and leave?
Because Laura wouldn't let me. She told me that I wasn't allowed in here, and then she started saying all these crazy things.
I did not.
You did too, Laura. So I walked over to the bookshelf, and I told her I had just as much right to borrow a book as anybody else. She followed me, and she came up behind me, and she
move. And then that's when Dr. Quartermain came in and saved my life. Doctor, that's a lie. She's trying to get me in trouble.
Laura, now, come on. Now, you're not in any trouble, so there's nothing to worry about. Now, come on. Did you threaten Bobby in any way?
No.
Did you hit her?
Well, I pushed her, I guess, but she made me do it.
How?
Because it was the only way I could make her stop. What is so terrible about
Bobby!
Come in.
Bobby, we have heard your side of the story. Look, why don't you get back on duty now, huh?
Look at me, Dr. Taylor. I'm still shaking.
All right, then why don't you find a place to relax?
Okay. But I will tell the switchboard where I'm going to be so that you can find me in case either of you want more information.
Fine. If we do, we'll let you know.
And Bobby, we would appreciate it if you kept whatever happened in this room to yourself.
Of course, Dr. Quartermain. It's nobody else's business.
Peter, if you have to get back, I can stay with Laura for a while.
Well, actually, we have a session in a little while. Laura, would you like to walk back with me and wait in my office?
I'd rather stay here with Monica for a while, Dr. Taylor, but I won't be late, though, I promise.
All right. Whatever makes you comfortable. Mr. Higgins, unless you have something to discuss with Laura, I'll walk you out.
Well, I do have a few things I'd like to discuss with you.
All
Mr.
right.
Higgins, you're going to have to report this to Judge Stolman, aren't you?
Not until I get the facts. I'll be speaking with you soon. Goodbye.
Hey, Laura, look, I am going to talk to Mr. Higgins, and I will assure him that you were telling the truth.
It won't help any. They're never going to believe anything good you say about me.
Laura, Mr. Higgins has to know how jealous Bobby is of you and your relationship with Scotty.
That won't matter to him, or to Judge Stallman either. Because to them, I'm a teenage girl who killed her lover, and if I could kill someone once, I could kill someone again.
I don't believe that, neither do you.
Bobby Spencer does. Or at least she's going to try and convince Dr. Taylor and Mr. Higgins that I could.
Okay, do Peter and Mr. Higgins know about the other times that Bobby has goaded you into being angry and upset?
Dr. Taylor knows about some of them.
Well, now I think it's time that Mr. Higgins knows.
Why? So we can wonder why I never mentioned anything about it before. Just like I never mentioned anything about the truth about my affair with David. I even had my own mother sitting in jail for a crime that I committed because I was too...
Look, Laura, come on. Listen, don't be so hard on yourself. Now, you had a memory block about that night at David's. And when you remembered, you were very brave and you came forward with the truth right away. And everyone believed you. And everyone is going to believe you now.
I don't believe that, Monica. Not after all the articles and newspapers have printed about me. Sex-starved teenager kills her lover.
Laura,
his model,
Laura.
his lover, his murderer.
Come on now, come on. Come on, Laura. Listen, the people that count. The people that count know. They know the truth about those articles, Laura. Come on.
Yes, Monica. And the ugly truth is that I killed a man. And no one's gonna let me forget about it until they send me away to reform school.
Bobby has been at her for a while. In fact, the other day I saw an aftermath of one of their confrontations.
What was that?
Well, from what Laura told me later in our session, Bobby had been talking about David Hamilton and calling Laura a killer. As I walked out of my office, I saw Laura throw a book at Bobby.
That's just what I'm getting at, Dr. Taylor. It doesn't really matter what someone says to Laura that concerns me. The point is, if she doesn't like it, she seems to resort to physical violence as her only defense.
And who's on call in oncology today?
Dr. Perez.
Okay, this lady just came into the clinic, and Dr. Gonzalez thinks she should be admitted. So as soon as admitting calls you about what room, will you please send Dr. Perez in
Leslie?
to check on her?
Of course, Dr. Weber.
Hello, Mr. Higgins.
Dr. Weber?
Have a good progress report on Laura today?
Leslie, look, I don't want to alarm you, but,
What? Did something happen? Something happened to Laura?
well, it seems that Bobby Spencer and Laura had a fight in the book room.
What? Is she hurt?
Well, not physically, no, but she's pretty badly shaken up.
Oh, my goodness. I have to go see her. Is she still there?
Yes, Monica's with her now and is trying to calm her down.
Are you going to have to report this to the judge?
Well, as I told Laura, Dr. Weber, I'm not going to do anything until I get all my facts straight. But if I find that Laura's given to outbursts of uncontrollable temper, I'm going to have to recommend that the court take some kind of action.
Excuse me. You better?
Just a little. Thank you. Oh, Monica, I'm so glad you walked in here when you did. I don't know what Bobby would have tried next or what I might have done to
Now,
stop
shush.
her.
Just shush. The important thing is that Dr. Taylor knows about Bobby and the abuse you've been getting from her lately. So he can tell Mr. Higgins about it.
The only thing that Mr. Higgins saw here today is that my temper gets the best of me. And he's got to report that to Judge Stallman, and they're going to send me to reform school.
Laura, come on. I mean, you can't expect Mr. Higgins to stand back and allow someone like Bobby Spencer to antagonize you and not expect you to defend yourself.
Yes, he can. Because the last time I defended myself, I killed someone.
Oh, Laura, come on.
Are you all right? Yes, I'm fine, Mother. Who told you what happened?
I saw Peter and Mr. Higgins, and they told me you had a fight with Bobby.
Look, Leslie, it was not Laura's fault. Bobby came in
If you
here
don't mind, Monica, excuse me for interrupting you. I'd like to hear about it from Laura.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. I'll leave you alone.
Monica, thank you for everything.
Anytime. Look, don't worry, Laura. Everything's going to turn out for the best.
What happened, honey?
Oh, Mother, please, do we have to talk about it now?
Do. I've got to know what happened.
But it is over. Please, I would like to forget it.
It's not you. I want to know what she could have done to you that would cause you to want to fight her.
It doesn't matter.
It does matter. It does. I don't want people hurting you. You've had enough of it. And the court has released you into my custody, and it's important for me to know what goes on around you.
After today, you may not have to worry about that anymore.
I don't want to be late for my appointment. Laura, please. Honey, don't do this, please. Please don't do this. Don't fall back into old bad habits.
What's that?
Shutting me out of things that concern us. I thought we made a promise to each other that we're only going to be completely honest from now on.
Yes. Yes, and I will tell you all about it, but not now. It was awful, and I just don't want to go over it all again.
You were talking about it with Monica, weren't you?
Yes.
Well,
that was different. She was here when it happened.
I wasn't. Laura, there's no other way I'm going to know unless you tell me.
Mother, I am going to be late for my appointment. We'll talk later.